You know, I think either side kind of has a warped view of reality. They kind of have a warped view of, of what it really means to be a human. The LGBTQIA, PP, poo poo, ABCDE, gee gee, goo goo, gaga, da da. That group, they they kind of have where they identify. They'll try to say it's not about the body; it's about how you feel. But it is about the body. It's if the way you're identifying is a sexuality, essentially you're identifying with the body. You're identifying solely with the body, and that's creating this delusion. You're actually neglecting a big part of who you are by doing that, which is exactly why I don't support the group. And then on the other side, you have people that exploit that because you got to bear in mind the clergy people cannot look smart without someone who is even dumber. They always have to have a stupider person in the room. That's the reason why, when someone tells you if you're the smartest person in the room, find another room. If you're one of these type of people in particular, that advice is probably the best advice. If you're the smartest person in the room, find another damn room. Because if you're if you're sounding like God Almighty, condemning people, you're just as bad as the people who identify with their fleshly desires. About the base 120 thing, I haven't talked much about the base 120 thing. It does still exist. The base 120 is a system, from time to time I still use. It's not a totally useless system. I would say that you should definitely learn math in base 10. I'm not at all saying you shouldn't, but base 120 has a lot of highlights in it that if you master it, it can better help you understand the nature of all the bases it's composed of, which are some of the most practical bases. Your base 10, 12, 6, 5, 2, 1, 8. You get the idea. Some people might even use a base 30 or base 40 or base 60, right? It kind of gets you the idea of the nature of those numbers is one thing that it does, and it also makes fractions easier. Maybe in an ideal world, it could be a standard base, but I'm not being unrealistic. The Argom font was my favorite font, but unfortunately, there is a couple reasons I couldn't use the Argom font, at least not the current version of the Argom font. I ended up changing a few things. For one thing, I didn't like the "ta" prefix. When you get to your base, they say 1 ta 0, which I have a problem with. One of the biggest reasons I have a problem